Ready for part two? So today's part two, as I mentioned, part two, not four, two. Today's part two, as I mentioned last week, we're going to be talking about content creation. If you missed content curation, it'll be right here. All right, so check that out and then come back or watch this first. They're totally interchangeable. Content creation is going to be the part of your social media that really provides value from you. So this is all of your podcasts, your blog posts, your web shows, your guest posts, any kind of content you're creating for your community. And this could be content that doesn't exist outside of social necessarily, like the stuff you create over at LinkedIn Publisher, or maybe more long form posts over on Google Plus, or something you create in your Facebook group, or tips that you share on Twitter. Those kind of things are also going to be content creation pieces, because you do have to create something for those to go out. See what I did there? The reason this part is so critical is because this is the part where your expertise lies. This is the part that highlights you. Again, like curation, there has to be a value add. These are not necessarily your sales messages. These are the pieces you create to teach your community, to give to your community, and to highlight your expertise to your community. Again, it's win-win. Because of the importance of this, people need to spend some time thinking about it. And if you want to take a big leap forward, an editorial calendar is key. If you want to watch, I did a whole video on editorial calendars. It'll be right here too. Planning this content creation time, not just for when is it going to go out, but when am I going to create it, is going to be really critical. The day I'm shooting these videos, I actually posted a picture of all the jewelry on my desk, and it was in full disclosure right here, because I batch record. I get these things done all at once. I make the time to make sure this stuff gets done, because the creation part is really critical. This is the time where I'm able to just provide you value. So make sure you're putting these pieces in place. For you, that may be time to write. That might be time to do videos like this. That might be time to podcast. It might also be time for you to pitch podcasts for you to be a guest on. It might be time for you to pitch guest posts. Make the time though for you to create the content. It might also be time for things like your social media foundation to get scheduled out. Writing those tips in an Excel document so that you can repurpose them and send them out at different times. All of that needs a time in your calendar to actually happen. Marie Forleo says this, and I love it, and so I'm going to steal it, but totally giving her credit. This is a Marie Forleo saying, if it's not on your calendar, it's not real. And it's so true, and it will only get truer the busier you get. When you have your full clients and you have those weeks or months or times, maybe you're in launch mode or you're doing something, think about that. Think about how busy you are. Think about how much less stress you'd have having your content already figured out. If you are planning ahead, you can do that. I'm going in right now. As you know, Social Pro is in mid-launch. We're doing webinars and challenges and all sorts of things. And I can do that. And I can do that relatively stress-free, because all of this content was created before right now. It was planned well before now, and it was created mostly before now. So that allows me that space. So make that time for your content creation. Make the time to create it, and then schedule when it's going to go out. Lay it out so that it can go out, and then that stuff can just happen for you, and you can take advantage of that growing expertise by helping people in new ways, like booking new clients, providing new services, launching new programs, those kind of things. It's amazing what removing the stress of having to keep up will do, or the stress of not being able to keep up will do. Like I said, Social Pro is available right now. If you want to learn more, go to socialproonline.com. If you want to see any of the videos I mentioned in this, or Social Pro, or any of that, all of that is up at that card eye thing in the corner. One of these days I'll figure out where it is, I promise. Be sure to like this video. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes of Hit the Mic TV. We've got some very, 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 very cool stuff coming up in the next several weeks, including, spoiler alert, at the end of May, we're going to be doing some very cool stuff around video and how to do video. So stay tuned for that, and make sure you don't miss it by subscribing. Also, if you're not yet in the VIP community, go to thestaceyharris.com/VIP to get in there. Again, all of those links are in that little eye up there in the corner. All right, I will see you next time. Bye. I can just schedule it and it goes out. You can do that with Hootsuite as well, but I have found the auto scheduler in Hootsuite to be not as effective as that it is with Buffer. And I also like to be able to just sort of hit